They call Naoya Inoue the monster for a reason. Because you can run from him, but cannot hide.
A big right hand from Naoya Inoue, and Maloney is down and hurt.
He moves in a flash.
And Inoue missed there with the right hand.
Punches land like hammers.
Oh, huge right hand from the monster. And then
Every shot is surgical. What truly sets him apart isn't just strength, it's how he lures you in, turning offense into an inevitable trap. In this video, we explore why Inoue strikes fear like no one else in boxing today. On October 31st, 2020, Naoya Inoue stood at the peak of his powers, holding the unified WBA and IBF bantamweight titles after a stunning World Boxing Super Series victory over Nonito Donaire. The boxing world feared him as a champion. That night, his challenger was Jason Maloney, a pressure fighter whose punches carried real intent and confidence. But confidence alone isn't enough when you're facing the monster. From the first bell, Inoue imposed his will, driving Maloney back and landing thunderous shots that drew audible gasps.
Does make, leaving himself exposed and doesn't get off the line, but Maloney said, I've got to be quick enough, I got to be smart enough, and I got to be strong enough to make him pay as he takes another Inoue jab.
And he explodes with every single punch, so it's dangerous. You second guess it. Oh man, nice
right
body
hand.
shot.
Maloney was trying to get out of the way and throw a right hand all at the same time.
That's a lot to process in just 1 millisecond. There's that left hook from Naoya Inoue here to close out the second round.
Oh, nice left hook.
Maloney attempted to counter with heavy punches, but Inoue met each attack head-on.
Did well. There it is. Once again, the attack. Right hand, left hand.
My essentials packet, the right uppercut for Inoue.
That first step of Inoue is a lot for Maloney to process right now. He's thinking, trying to figure out what his next move is.
Had that power going from the bottom up. Oh, beautiful double uppercut from Naoya Inoue. Nice right there from Jason Maloney on the inside. Using his strength, and he gets clipped by a left hook.
Is making Maloney forget his game plan. He forgot what he came here to do.
Ooh, left uppercut from Naoya Inoue. Switches up, and now you see the legs of Maloney a little wobbly as he continues with the attack.
Rounds 4 and 5 saw the champion's relentless pressure leave Maloney struggling for space.
Putting on Maloney right now. Maloney is a good fighter. He's a good quality fighter. And he's making him look ordinary.
Oh, nice counter to the body from Naoya. That's a hard thing to do when you got a guy who's sticking you with power.
He's being out muscled. I mean, that power and that speed.
Mid-range, inside, it doesn't matter. He's controlling this fight. He's leading, he's countering, he's out-speeding, out-quicking, and he has more power than Maloney. How you gonna deal with that if you don't open up and try to get some respect?
You know, he gets a little enamored with this punching power. He just wants to admire his work at times, and Maloney is finding home for his right hand occasionally.
And there you see the finishing shots from Naoya Inoue as round 4 comes to a conclusion.
Well, it's special. You know, there's no perfect fighter. There's always going to be mistakes the fighter makes, but the question is, can the opponent do anything about it, or if they're going to have the courage to try to risk it?
Inside the trenches, but he needs to be careful because Inoue will set him up with a counter. He'll look to punch in between his shots.
Inoue's got the power advantage, the quickness advantage, and a 2.5-inch reach advantage, which we saw just moments ago as his jab got to its destination.
Yeah,
devastation.
Thank you. Thank you.
But sometimes it's big right hand there from Inoue, and Maloney takes it, and he takes 2 steps back.
Man, you look at that, just a quick little turn of the shoulder, half second, and you get hit with not just a quick shot, but a powerful shot like that. Trust me, that shot not only buzzed Maloney, but it hurt him. Just timing. He thought Maloney was going to throw a.
In round 6, a devastating left hook from Inoue shattered Maloney's resistance.
4, 5, 6.
Inoue's a good finisher,
7,
too.
8, okay, come to me.
Position to throw this left hook. Maloney came in with a double jab. You know, we're taught to, step in behind with the double jab. And if you don't do it from the right distance, well, you get set up with shots like this. Beautiful left hook right in between. Nice step back, a half a step back. by Inoue. Nice check hook right there from him.
A lot to deal with, fellas. Power, speed, quickness, timing.
And he smells blood. He may be the monster, but tonight he's a shark going after his prey in Jason Maloney from down under. Big right hand once again. Supreme focus from Naoya Inoue as Maloney gets caught with another left hook as he leaves his jab out there. Cleanly yet, except for that big shot early in the round. But he lands cleanly there with that right.
Maloney rose bravely in round 7, but survival was all that remained.
As round 7 comes, a big right hand from Naoya Inoue, and Maloney is down and hurt.
6, 7, 8.
It's over. It is over. Naoya the Monster Inoue on Halloween night knocks out Jason Mayhem Maloney. Right hand it was.
Inoue started this fight the way that he ended it. He just got on fire. He revved up his engine, and he was all gas and no brakes. He did everything. He showed speed, he showed power, he showed some flavor with his feet. And, you know, he ended with a devastating right hand like that. Maloney just made a mistake, threw a jab out there, and Inoue just took a half little step back and just made him pay with a brutal shot. You saw that coming. We were talking about this over the last couple rounds. It doesn't look like much is happening, but there's a lot happening, and you.
Ultimately, Inoue's blend of speed and power ended the fight via knockout, cementing his dominance in the division. In 2021, unified IBF and WBA bantamweight champion Naoya Inoue defended his titles in Las Vegas against IBF mandatory challenger Michael Dasmarinas. Dasmarinas entered with a strong record and real power, earning his shot through steady wins. But he faced a pound-for-pound star in Inoue, with world titles and an unbeaten streak on the line. This wasn't just a routine defense, it was another opportunity for Inoue to reinforce his dominance at bantamweight. Round 1 saw Dasmarinas circle cautiously, avoiding exchanges as Inoue cut the ring and probed with a sharp jab and early left hook.
Power shot, which is the right hand. It's like almost an autocorrect with his balance.
There's that left hook again. You see how quickly he can viper strike it at a moment's notice.
Dasmarinas is choosing right now to get on his bike. Moving, trying not to stand directly in front of Inoue. He's saying, I know you got punching power, but you gotta catch me.
Dasmarinas has given up a lot of energy just from the presence of Inoue. Just the fact that Inoue is in range to land is unnerving Dasmarinas.
And he's looking, trying to lure Inoue into that shot. Trying to get him comfortable, moving, chasing him. Make a mistake, and then boom.
Lands the left hook as Dasmarinas came in and crossed that threshold. The undefeated champion, the 3-division world champion, who's really a fighter's fighter. It's interesting to see who came out to see him tonight among the celebs in the boxing.
In the second, Inoue buried a crushing left hook to the liver that dropped Dasmarinas late in the round, though the challenger survived the count.
Had a spectacular, utterly spectacular knockout in his last fight.
So you can already tell from the body language of Dasmarinas, he's moving a lot. He doesn't want to get touched by those big shots, but offensively, he's starting to settle down and land some shots.
There it is.
But then a shot like that will land.
Left hook to the body.
Knocked down, scored by the monster.
Liver.
Left hook to the liver.
Common shot in the sport of boxing, but it didn't land with common power. Here we see Inoue throw a waist right uppercut and just sort of graze the mid to side of Dasmarinas, and it was a delayed reaction, but he thought about it. He said, I just can't stand up. That kind of shot takes the wind out of you. Jab, waist uppercut, and just a grazing shot right there that just paralyzed Dasmarinas, and Inoue went back there.
50 seconds to work here in round 2 for Inoue, stalking his prey. Oh, big left hand dug in underneath. Inoue stalking, goes to the body, left uppercut comes in as well.
That's what you do when you hurt a person to the body.
Oh, another body
right
shot.
Back down there.
Pinpoint accuracy with the left hand to the body. One of the most devastating punches you can land in this sport.
Dasmarinas is still hurt.
There's no doubt about it.
Trying to survive the fouls. Another body shot comes in. Look at Inoue. This is what he delivers time and again. Dasmarinas is so game to fight back. Inoue goes to that spot again. just bruising that liver shot.
Throughout the course of that round.
Then he goes back to the body.
Now he goes back.
Round 3 ended emphatically as Inoue mixed body shots with a right uppercut upstairs before another devastating strike to the body forced Dasmarinas down for good.
Oh, he digs in again.
But this right here is when it starts to become unfair for opponents of Inoue when, yes, he's offensively powerful, but then defensively he's stingy and he doesn't let you get anything with his quickness. Inoue's looking to go back to that body. He's just going away from it for a little bit, make Dasmarinas forget about it, then he's going back down there with that left hook.
There it is. Yep. Sold the right hand, came back with the left to the body.
Tried to get it right there, but it grazed the body of Dasmarinas.
Three-punch combination. Goes back to it again. Oh! Big-time shot to the body by Inoue.
It's over.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Survives the count, but can he survive the next half minute? Dasmarinas, that side is going to feel like here's how he finished it. Well, this was the first knockdown.
See, splitting the guard with the uppercut, then coming around the elbow to the liver with the left hand. Missed with that, but what he really wanted was that right there. Bring the elbows inside with the uppercut, then come around those elbows.
Destructive work from the monster. Uppercut, body shot again. My, oh my! 3 body shot knockdowns and a knockout victory for the great Naoya Inoue.
We knew Inoue was going right back down to the body. He was just trying to find that perfect shot, got some distance, just a little bit, and he landed another perfect shot right to the side of Dasmarinas. Dasmarinas was already still reeling from the first body shot and the others that followed up, and that just added insult to injury right there. He just put flavor on that thing and did it with flair. It's
Look
not
at
just
how much of his body he puts into it.
But everything was calculated, though. That was not by accident. That was very, very intentional.
In just 3 rounds, Naoya Inoue dismantled a challenger once seen as his stiffest test, and with each fight, his finishes only grew sharper and more effortless. When Naoya Inoue first faced Nonito Donaire in the World Boxing Super Series final, it was expected to be a coronation. Inoue had just dominated Emmanuel Rodriguez, and many saw the 36-year-old Donaire as a final obstacle. From the opening bell, Inoue brought speed, precision, and force, but Donaire's veteran timing and resilience kept him in the fight for 12 brutal rounds. Both were battered and tested to their limits. Inoue won, but Donaire earned universal respect. Years later, they fought again in June 2022, this time with the WBA, IBF, and WBC bantamweight titles at stake. Inoue wasn't here for drama. He was here for a reckoning, and it came early.
That right hand, which hurt Inoue on several occasions in the first fight, and sometimes gets overlooked because of his beautiful left hook. The Japanese crowd getting into it here, Dre.
Yes, good shot right there.
You see the jab of Inoue there with the counter right, and now a left hook from Inoue. One punch at any moment. You won't want to blink because they both have dynamite in their punches.
Which is impressive because the fighters are still warming up.
Nice left hook there from... Second time in their series.
He's hurt right now, Bernardo.
The bell was his greatest ally.
Everything, Inoue was winning that round, but nothing crazy had happened until it did. A quick right hand to the temple of Nonito, and it sat him right on his butt. He didn't know how he got there. He just realized that he was on the canvas, and that's the type of explosive power that we've been promoting this fight with. They both possess it, but Inoue's is a little bit different, and we saw it on full display in that first round.
Sensing an opening, Inoue went on the hunt in round 2, delivering brutal, precise punishment.
See that right hand from Naoya Inoue. Inoue, you have to pick your poison. Now it's a left hook that rattles Nonito Donaire. It's devastating power, and the legs of Donaire are not all there.
And Donaire needs to get himself together before he tries to load up, but that's not in his nature. He wants to draw Inoue in, even though he's hurt, to try to land his own big shots.
You see another vicious left hook from the monster, Naoya Inoue. Body shot from the monster.
Looks like Donaire has made up his mind. He's going to fight fire with fire, and that's just the way it is, for better or worse.
Drops Donaire as he's able to somehow manage to find his balance. But Inoue, man, it might have been better to just go down, Dre, because Inoue is going to work here. And the left hook now does put down Donaire round two. And this fight is over.
That's
What
it.
an impressive knockout victory for the monster.
Wow.
In just 2 rounds, Inoue erased any memory of their first epic battle, dismantling the legend and cementing himself as the undisputed bantamweight king. By December 2022, Naoya Inoue stood undefeated at 23 and already possessed 3 of the 4 major bantamweight world titles. The WBA, IBF, and WBC straps were fastened around his slender waist. Only one prize remained in his pursuit of undisputed status: Paul Butler's WBO belt. Butler was widely underestimated, even though he had battled back to relevance by winning the interim WBO title before being elevated to full champion. Many labeled him a paper champ, but he welcomed the challenge despite criticism. Could he survive it? At the first bell, Butler relied on footwork and a jab, trying to stay elusive, but Inoue cut off the ring instantly.
Body of Butler.
Among all active fighters, that is double the bantamweight average. First 2-punch combination of significance from Inoue.
You know, I think this was a quintessential round for Inoue. He's doing right by staying defensively sound and not opening up right away.
3-punch combination from Inoue. Now Butler takes a step forward for a moment. Inoue comes back with a right hand behind the jab.
The second round brought heavier fire. Butler absorbed sharp body blows and clean rights upstairs.
He's still comfortable right now, still protecting himself. He fears that power of Inoue.
Or double jab that time, a 5-punch combination. He went double jab, right hand, left hand to the body. He has landed 3 lefts to the body.
Vicious body work. Like I tell you guys in the past, you see Inoue throwing where Butler's moving to cut him off, to pin him on the ropes. Land his own body shot on Inoue.
And Butler comes back with a right hand up top before going with the high guard again. Inoue taking those small steps just to corral Butler, always keeping him in range. There's a right hand and a left hand to the body that backed it up.
In front of him.
Not enough offense, Timmy, to keep Inoue off of
Not
him. There's
in
a
front
right
of him.
hand that comes in, and 2 lefts to the body. It's interesting when he detailed that trip to the wild card.
By round 3, Inoue fully controlled tempo, landing hooks and counters at will.
Goes in that corner and desperately needs to get out. He has that left hand up.
Just a vicious assault right here. Inoue cornering Butler. Butler protecting himself really well. A lot of those things was caught on the glove. But as you see, no return fire from Butler. He is timid.
2-punch combination again, working behind that jab. Comes here in round number 3. But what you describe as that teeter-totter, the ability to throw punches and generate torque, bringing back the offhand to create more power.
No, the teeter-totter combination is the right uppercut. So it goes up. So that side is up, and then he comes down. The opposite side is down. And it's around the elbow to the liver. Will neglect defense, Butler will come on with his combinations. The hook is the best punch. I believe that Butler has...
The fourth followed the same harsh pattern, Butler defending but offering little threat.
Sell out now.
As is the case with Gallagher. Speaking of his charge, Paul Butler, 34-win WBO champion. Inoue closing the gap into that corner again. Left hook comes in. Inoue comes around the gutter with a right hand.
Just more domination from Inoue. Target practice at this moment. This is punching bag work right here. You know, Butler, I understand.
In the fifth, Inoue stalked patiently, using his jab to steer positioning.
Outside that mid-range, he's hoping.
Closes range with the jab, gets the inside left hand, came to the body, finished with a left hook upstairs. Right hand comes behind the jab, left uppercut, right uppercut. There's that left hand to the body. It's been so effective.
Round 6 saw Inoue switch southpaw briefly, taunting and landing selectively.
You're seeing Inoue with the right.
Taking more chances, trying to get him to open up so he can land that kill shot.
The 8th resembled controlled sparring, with Inoue dissecting his foe calmly.
Beautiful left hook down to the body.
Right hand from Inoue. Stop Butler's lateral movement for a moment. You can hear the encouragement from the corner of Paul Butler as he's sent back with another right hand that hits that high guard.
In round 9, Inoue raised the intensity.
Understand, you're headed to a shutout loss no matter.
Yes.
By 10, Butler wilted under rope-side punishment.
Inoue with a body shot as Butler was up against the ropes. That time willing to throw, and Inoue filled that gap with a right hand. Right hand from Inoue.
He can open up a big shot. Touch, 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 touch. Get him defensive, and then boom. A big shot downstairs.
Round 11 brought a torrent of body and headshots.
Now Inoue with a combination to open up this 11th round.
Changing up the cadence, baby. Speed coming down the middle, but now he needs to bring it downstairs after he get those hands high and raised.
Right hand to the body, that was a good one. And a big right hand that comes in. Great work from Inoue. Big combination scores the knockdown here in round 11. That power of Inoue comes through, and he gets it done at 11. Dismisses an unengaged Paul Butler by hitting the accelerator and putting on a show.
Inoue made him a punching bag for the entire night until he stopped him.
Before the 12th could begin, Butler succumbed to a final barrage as the referee intervened, and Inoue sealed his reign as the undisputed bantamweight champion. After years of absolute control at bantamweight, Naoya Inoue made a daring move in the summer of 2023. He jumped up to super bantamweight, targeting the reigning WBC and WBO champion, Stephen Fulton.
I've been in the ring with guys like him. Trust me. Down back to my amateur days.
Fulton wasn't merely a champion. He was considered one of boxing's finest tacticians, and he had built his name as the kind of fighter who dragged opponents into exhausting battles. But Inoue wasn't moving up just to test himself. He came to take over. From the first bell, Inoue seized control, disrupting Fulton's rhythm.
To defend his titles, and out of the way, that long-range jab to the body from Inoue. Inoue tries to come with the right hand around the guard. And the up jab.
A sharp jab and sudden power punches defined round 2, while Fulton stayed cautious.
Back to it.
There it is again.
And there's the first right hand that is able to land. And he comes with it again, and then a 4-punch combination that included a left to the body from Inoue. Double jab, comes upstairs with the right hand. Fulton puts up the guard and backs out.
And it's the speed at which Inoue closes the gap Fulton's having a hard time with. Right now, Fulton on his bike, just trying to avoid shots from now.
Double jab right.
In round 3, Fulton landed briefly, but a thunderous counter left hook erased it instantly.
Right now, against Fulton. Let's see if Fulton can turn it around. He needs to mount some sort of offense to get some respect from Inoue.
Key word, respect. Talks about being the bigger man, the intelligent fighter. And he wants to show that he's tough. You got to show you're tough while still being intelligent.
You see the shifting game plan already.
Right hand over the top, Timmy.
Nice level changing jab right there in exchange. A jab for a right hand.
By round 4, a crisp 1-2 from Inoue split Fulton's nose.
He punches Inoue with an 11-2 advantage. He has been increasing his work rate as the fight has moved around in the early stages as he comes with 2 right hands.
Not doing anything. Inoue's beating him to the punch. He's there. He's there, but he won't pull the trigger test.
Good combination from Inoue. More blood coming from the nose of Scooter Fulton.
Fulton found moments in round 5, yet momentum never shifted.
Standing directly in front, use your legs. He can draw in a way. I mean, he tried to come forward, but he's not letting his hands go. He's afraid for what's going to come back. So now use your legs. Try something different. Get on your bike. Lure in a way, because now you're in range just to get hit with those power shots.
Now here comes the combination punching of Inoue behind that jab, as we've seen early on in round 5.
And change his rhythm up. I mean, when you have a fighter like Inoue just landing shots like that, you have to change your rhythm up. You have to. Throw feints. Subtle movement left and right.
Oh, good combination from Fulton.
And that was off the subtle movement to his right. That's what he has to do.
Late in round 6, a brutal left-right combination visibly rocked him.
In front of me, I don't want you moving anywhere.
That time he comes in with the left hook.
So unbelievable how, in a way, no matter what position he's in, he's able to generate the punching power and torque on his shots.
Torque. That's a perfect description of what makes his punching power special.
He just ran with a combination.
He did.
Trying to establish his own offense, but getting himself out of position.
Short left hand chopped down here at the end of round number 6. Fulton trying to exchange on the inside, and Inoue getting the better of it again.
Round 7 saw Fulton's resistance fade under body shots and pressure.
Coming wrapping around the guard with that right hand. And Inoue comes right back at him. Returns fire immediately.
That's the one thing about Inoue. He never stops hunting for that knockout.
Never.
He's always looking for it.
4-punch combination, back to the jab up top.
Gee, these are great moments right here that Fulton is allowing Inoue to recharge. See, he just threw an onslaught of punches, and he's allowing Inoue to recharge. He needs to work his offense immediately after Inoue gets done. Right hand, the left hook. Good jab.
And that jab.
Early in round 8, a crushing right and vicious left hook dropped him hard.
That stab jab down to the body. And the reason why Inoue can get there quick with that jab is his Fulton ace is so wide. It's really hard to get in and out.
Oh, right hand, awesome! Oh, a huge right hand from the monster! And then he chases him down! Fulton is laid out, struggling to get to his feet. A lot of time to work here in round number 8. Fulton.
Moments later, referee Hector Afu waved it off as Inoue unleashed a final barrage.
As Fulton tried to grab the ropes, backed up into the corner. Here comes Inoue. That destructive, decisive power does it again. The monster, a 4-division world champion, stamping in Tokyo.
With 2 belts captured at 122 pounds, Inoue stood just 2 titles away from undisputed supremacy, and he wasn't slowing down. In December 2023, Naoya Inoue returned to Tokyo to collide with the relentless Marlon Tapales, who entered as the reigning WBA and IBF super bantamweight champion. A win would make Inoue the first undisputed champion at 122 pounds in the 4-belt era, an astonishing feat after moving up in weight. Failure wasn't an option. Inoue controlled the action immediately, though this was no easy stroll.
Championship, Naoya Inoue in the white, red, and blue trunks. There's a left hand for Tapales that gets in.
Tapales endured heavy shots early, refusing to crumble under constant pressure.
Explode out with a 1-2 and you know, end fights.
The 1-2 there, that was partially blocked by Tapales, but that's what Tapales doesn't want to have happen. There's a left hand. That's going to be called a slip. And you see Inoue with that back foot taking a step back, almost trying to get that looping to disrupt punches coming towards the head.
See how he fell in? Nice jab from Tapales.
It quickly became clear he was crafty and resilient, searching for counters whenever space appeared.
He's not looking for one shot. He's letting his hands go. You know, nice shot to the body. He's creating. He's trying to create openings if he can.
And Jamel, to your point, it looks like Inoue is baiting Tapales a little bit here.
Ooh.
Round 4 brought what looked like a turning point as Inoue unleashed a savage combination.
Broke through the guard. And that's what I mean, that body shot.
And you have to give credit to Tapales. Yes, he's the underdog, but he's also a unified champion in this division. He's not coming in like we've seen previous opponents of Inoue do and not trying to engage.
And again, I like the game plan that Tapales is doing though in terms of the body. He's going to the body, you know, to probably take away some of that power of Inoue, but he has to be careful. You don't want to get greedy.
And here comes Inoue. These are hard shots by Naoya Inoue. Big left hand to the head. Here comes Inoue, the monster. Left hand, right hand. Tapales is down.
Didn't see the shot with the high guard. Came around the guard. Put him down.
Yet Tapales rose again, defiant and composed.
He's blocking, he places his shots. Elbows and everything.
And Inoue started
just like that.
5, the way he ended round 4. Devastating shots downstairs, then upstairs.
And standing in front of him is not going to help. All you're doing is becoming a punching bag and a sitting target.
That's a scary
now he's getting pieced up.
Against Naoya Inoue. Right hand gets through the guard. Another right hand.
Nice
big uppercut for Inoue.
Woo! Nice counter from Tapales, though. Nice counter from Inoue. That was nice. That was nice from Tapales.
Tapales lands a sneaky.
Another one.
Another one. Here comes Marlon Tapales.
Ooh. Nice.
Both men exchanging right hands to the head.
Oh.
Big uppercut by Inoue.
And again, just standing in front of him. He needs to do something. Feint, turn, something.
It's not where you want to be if you're Marlon Tapales.
Oh, nice. I love that uppercut from Tapales, though, because it's breaking the guard.
Through 6 rounds, Inoue's speed and sharpness dictated the pace, leaving Tapales reacting.
But it's like I said earlier, if you know, he got caught. It's coming out with his hands down. But it's like I said earlier, though.
Huge right hand for Inoue to close out round 6.
Tapales showed sparks in round 7, producing his best stretch of offense.
Inoue did score the knockdown in round 4.
You gotta keep backing the monster up. Put that in the glove. Ooh.
Huge left and right hand get through for Inoue.
And he's having moments. He's probably been winning the round. He's got caught, but respect to him. He's found an adjustment that's actually working. He got, you know what I mean? He's not taking a lot.
The 8th was competitive as Tapales fought with urgency, aware his titles were slipping away.
Now, you know what I'm saying? He's catching Inoue falling at times.
It's also, Jamel, you mentioned Tapales lowering that right lead hand. It also allows a different angle for him to throw the jab that Inoue may not be expecting.
Nice.
Big right hand there for Inoue.
Inoue, however, was calculating. Late in round 9, he found his opening.
Has shocked the world before.
He's doubling up that right hand. See, again, he's doubling up that right hand.
Right is working for Tapales. Of Inoue's lead foot.
But he has to watch. I know he has to watch it. Even because when he shoots that jab forward, he shoots right. He falls right on the inside.
Tapales goes back to that high guard.
In the 10th, a perfectly placed right hand pierced Tapales' guard, dropping him first to his knees, then to all fours.
When he puts his hands up like that, Inoue would throw a shot and then
Big right hand there, backed up Tapales. And can he beat the count? He's not going to make it up. Naoya Inoue makes history.
He came to fight. And again, like I said, It's shots like that, even though it was on the glove, but you see just how hard he hits. You knew he was gonna break. He was gonna break through the guard and start touching that chin just like that. He thought he had his hands up and he thought he was protected. Sat on that right hand.
And that's incredible. Both of those right hands were partially blocked.
Yeah.
Tapales could not beat the count, and Inoue stood alone as the undisputed super bantamweight champion of the world. In May 2024, Naoya Inoue walked into the Tokyo Dome as the undisputed king at 122 pounds, 4 super bantamweight belts gleaming under the lights. Those titles weren't ornaments. They were trophies earned through years of calculated destruction. Across from him stood Luis Nery, the fiery southpaw known as Pantera, carrying power, pride, and a warning in his eyes. It was elite versus elite, and from the first bell, the atmosphere felt volatile. Inoue advanced calmly, but within seconds, Nery detonated a bomb that stunned the boxing world.
Dangerous. However, when he got to be careful reaching right there. Inoue tends to bag out in straight lines. He drops that left hand, and when he throws the left hook, he has a tail. He drops that left hand first before he leads with that left hook.
Now on the inside, Inoue covering up, tries to deliver a right hand of his own, an uppercut. Comes through, but Nery unaffected. He keeps punching.
In the second, Inoue made rapid adjustments, threading punches through Nery's guard and regaining command.
That's for about, I believe, a couple of years now, Tess.
Of course, the title is at 118 and 122. And now, how does the monster react as he goes back to the jab? You have to go all the way back. The last major fight card was Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson in February of 1990. And then the first round of the showcase event in all that time, and the great Inoue hits the canvas.
But Nery seems to be changing up his attack, Tess. Right now, he's trying to be patient. He's trying to catch Inoue out of position. When Inoue commits, he's out of position.
Oh,
there it is.
Inoue returns the favor.
Lunging forward. Nery again on the attack, coming forward, reaching with that left hand. You see him forward shift, and Inoue right there just filling that gap or that space with that left hook. Here he is reaching with the backhand. Inoue stepping back, has a single high shield. Oh, why don't you eat that, young man? Go ahead and sit down.
And Tim, that is a prime example of what you described in terms of elite technique and athleticism.
Yes.
You just saw it from Inoue. That was from about 4 to 6 inches away. And watch that back foot.
Feet and hand working together. That's a bad habit from Nery. I don't know if he was extremely hurt from that shot, Tess.
By round 3, Inoue found rhythm, firing crisp combinations and steadily piling on damage.
When a fighter starts to anticipate, Tess, actions and reactions, that's when things start to slow down for him.
His combination from Inoue. And now he goes with that right hand to the body. Remember, it was a body shot that caused Nery's only defeat of his career.
The punch placement right now is giving Nery fits. Nery understands that he can't compete with that. He's looking for that single shot. He's looking for Inoue to make a mistake to make him pay. If Inoue gets overconfident and throws too many shots and get a little bit greedy, good right hand. Inoue now is getting comfortable, getting the groove.
Oh, there's another one, Timmy.
Anticipation is on. Nery better change things up. He better start feinting, start using his jab.
Oh, there's another one that splits the guard. Between Inoue and Nery, and that right hand in the third round was effective, Tim.
You see the low guards right there of Nery. Poor defensive habits, keeping his...
The fourth intensified as his jab and hooks began breaking down Nery's defense piece by piece.
45 previous rounds, Inoue had more total connects until the first round tonight against Nery.
His defense has to get better. He has to be responsible after his offense.
4-punch combination from Inoue. There's that pop right hand. Again, it's finding the target.
An Inoue massacre, straight left, right hand, right down the middle. Right between the seam. Great execution right there from the champion, and that's the shot I'm talking about. Inoue seems to be softening him up right now. He's just taking advantage of those poor fundamental habits.
Oh, look at this! Little showboat, trying to draw him in and then firing off.
With straight shots up top, they'll be able to come around, and here he is, showboating a little bit.
That was the moment that got the crowd's
right
attention.
there. Again, told you, defense got to be on point when you're facing Inoue with the speed, power, and accuracy that he brings to the table. You know, that's why he's a two-division world champion. Yes, he has the skills, he has punching power. However, that toughness, grittiness, he's going to have to bring that out tonight to get one. You can just see Inoue right now just weakening up Nery, weakening him. And I think he's looking for that left hook to deliver. That's what he's trying to set up. He's trying to get him used to the shots up top.
In round 5, the monster operated at full throttle, forcing Nery backward under heavy fire.
Yeah, the positioning of Inoue, top notch.
Oh, there's 2 right hands. Backs up Nery for a moment. Now he inches ahead.
See, positioning is the placement of a boxer compared or in relation to your opponent. With the lead foot, Nery is constantly moving to his left towards the right hand. That's why he keeps eating those right hands.
Good right hand returning fire. Nery stepping forward. There is a certain sound to the combination punching of Inoue that's very distinct. Perhaps an opportunity for Nery, but with them comes great risk. Like that!
There it is.
There's the risk with no reward! Left hook scores the knockdown again!
Being calm in the storm. You see right there, just found a little gap right there. Lead hand is down of Nery on the inside. Inoue noticing that, he's attempted there, just missed off the mark, but he dips under. You see his eyes, he's looking right at Nery. He sees those hands, pull away from that face.
When we talk about punching technique, Tim,
look at this.
When you talk about the ability to turn a punch over in the last few inches of the delivery system.
Yes.
Under 30 seconds to go, facing one of the great closers in recent boxing history. Here comes the monster. Right hand, stood up to it for the moment. Inoue on the attack.
Sensing the finish in the 6th, Inoue delivered the decisive sequence that ended the resistance.
But there are levels to this game. And guys like Inoue and Bud Crawford are currently just on a far different pedestal.
It's brilliant stuff right there from Inoue.
Just stands up to that offensive effort from Inoue, from Nery, and fires back. Oh, his right hand. Combination up top.
This almost over, Tess. Nery can't keep taking these type of shots over and over and over.
What do you see as a potential finisher here, Tim? There's the right hand! He just answered the question! As Nery has crumbled and the monster has roared! He's done it again!
Another emphatic win, another statement performance, and another challenger erased from Inoue's growing legacy. Isn't he just the most terrifying force in boxing today? If you love this breakdown, hit subscribe for more devastating knockouts and insane highlight reels.